you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to venerable Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on another team from the ACC, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. And he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Georgia Tech's offense will have the football first. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, we'll keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Back to pass, it's King. Working that wide receiver screen. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. Sends it back in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the middle. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Yellow Jackets are flying down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. And the Yellow Jackets with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. He'll keep it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The line to gain here is the 43-yard line, and it's third down. He'll pull it on the read. He has the first and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. Looking for a man. It's King. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Yellow Jackets will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. So the Clemson Tigers offense will get the ball for the first time. We've had our eye on this guy for most of the season, and what a weapon he is. He is making a charge for the Heisman Trophy. And, David, I don't really think many would argue with it.
No, because it's been crazy. He's been the focal point of this offense, and he continues to deliver week after week. He's a superstar, putting up big numbers, carrying his team on his back. Jesse, that's a tough spot to do that for a whole year because of the physical pounding. It's been tremendous so far.
Yeah, can he keep it up is the question. And I think when I think back to the first half of this college football season, I think a lot of the most memorable moments and the best highlights have been this guy, right? He has shown up for his football team. He's done incredible things. Can he do that now in the second half of the season and make that Heisman push?
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these two programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
And the Yellow Jackets will kick it away to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. There's certainly room for improvement after that scoreless first-half stalemate.
Yeah, we've set offense back 30 years in that first half, but we've got a whole new half to play here. So why not come out on this first drive, make a statement, and finally get us back into the age of contemporary college football?
You sound very discouraged as I sound encouraged. That's great defense, phenomenal defense in the first half. Who doesn't love a 0-0 halftime game?
The safe call on the wide receiver screen. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Punt is on its way. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Here's the handoff. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. The Yellow Jackets with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Off the play fake. Pressure coming. And they'll wrap him up.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. And it's funny, you know, you think back to Clemson. Remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line we've ever seen in college football. And I tell you, sometimes this dude looks like he could start on that D-line. He's that talented.
To throw, it's King. Forced to just throw it away on third down, and now they face fourth. And the Yellow Jackets will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. With the catch, it's Moore. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Quarterback on the keeper. It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
And I absolutely love the option, but this is part of it, right? The quarterback has to make a lot of reads really quickly and then carry the football and take care of that thing. So I think, you know, the fumble was caused there. We don't know why, but this is part of the option risk you run by running it.
This should be the last play of the quarter. Caught behind the line. It's Weaver. All defense so far. Nobody giving an inch. And how long has it been since you've seen a scoreless game through 3 periods? This game has the look of one that if anybody can put any type of score on the board, they'll probably go home with a W as we start the fourth quarter. He'll do it himself. Pass to Sticks and still on his feet. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got got the first down. They go to the ground. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Whistle blows, clock stops, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run play action. Here comes the heat. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped offside.
Offside, defense.
Offense will take that. 3-5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
Looking to throw, it's King. Fires to the end zone. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Wants to go up top. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? I mean, you're trailing, it's late in the game, you're having to throw the football, you're just trying to make something happen, and ball gets away from the quarterback, ends up in the hands of a DB. Nice job by the defense.
Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
He'll keep it himself. First down and more. Turning it on. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the fourth, and the brain trust will go to work. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this